darling, you said you said me. My darling, you said me. My darling, you, my darling, you, my darling, you. Okay, people. I should have put the title is what it is. That's what I felt. Okay, people, wake up. Did you all take any government classes? You know, which all that stuff starts in elementary school. Now, elementary school, you are taught the basic things, some things in history, what they thought. Because them too was not completely told the truth, but the basics of life. For us, the basics of the government. I'm getting off track. The basics of the government always stood still. You know? When you're in elementary school, you're taught about the flag and the Pledge of Allegiance and, you know, the basic things of the government. They even slid in Black History Month. And some of that stuff wasn't true and overrated, and the acknowledgments were not completely accurate. Things was not being completely told right. And you know that too. You know? Like did y'all know, I'm going to get to the reason why I'm saying this, is I'm trying to make you all remember what you were taught in elementary school, middle school, junior high school, whatever you call it at your time period, and high school. What you were taught about the government, about the state and local. Like I said, in elementary, you learned the basics. Okay? Now, we had one story that was incomplete that a lot of people, well, a couple of them, about the lady sat on the bus, the front of the bus and all that. You know she wasn't black. That woman was not black. Oh, no, she wasn't. Oh, no, she wasn't. See, I knew all that stuff. I never taught that part to my class. See, I taught 4th grade. But I always told my class the truth. You all never got the complete story about Martin Luther King Jr. and what really happened. His father set him up. His life ended because of his father, because of Martin Luther King Sr. was the one causing problems and doing all that. That's why Black people didn't like Martin Luther King Jr. because of his father. He succumbed his death because of his father. Honestly, I'm telling you. When he went through Alabama, you remember they showed the video on Martin Luther King Jr.? And he took more suffering from black people than he did from the whites. Oh yeah. Them videos out there. They was like, your father not no good. See, they was taking people back. Coretta Scott King actually was dating Martin Luther King Sr., not Jr. Oh, his daddy caused so many problems and put so much on his son. Lord knows. I'm telling the truth. When people back then that dealt with them knew that too. Coretta and them was setting these poor black men up. All you gotta do is see not to have no family, be a bum sleeping out there, and take you back somewhere and let some woman whine and dine. You put you in the house with them and you end up dead in about 2 years. Like the man that took out the trash. That's when they got caught. Cause see, when they was down in Alabama, they had did that. The father had already went through that. Took some guys, promised them some work, and told them, oh, your family gonna have this. Tell them their family gonna have this, and that. But they family had no idea that they was talking about killing them. Yeah, their family ended up with something, but they was dead. Government class discussion. Share your thoughts. Yep. You see AI picking it up. So, but let's get to what's going on now. The year is 2025. All this government shutdown stuff, and people need to get into that. Just go Google all this stuff that's going on, or go to these websites like DOJ, Department of Justice. How is it going to be cut down? They got a memo on there saying that it's closed because of the Democrats. That's some bull crap. All them people that be hollering them different parties, or the Republicans closed this down, the Democrats did this, and do you know that once they got selected within the government by the people, they gain those positions, and all of them have to work together regardless of what party they belong to. Whether it's the Green Party, Democrat Party, Republican Party, once they got elected, they're all in together. Congress works together. House of Representatives do their thing together no matter what party they came in on. There is no way there could be separation within the government because they all got selected to be within the same government. You understand what I'm saying? So when everybody got hired, no matter what party they're for and from, they still belong to one entity. So when everybody got elected for Congress, hey, you're all together. They don't sit there and be like, see, they do this stuff on the news to see if these people are aware and awake. They don't sit in separation as if they're still going through preliminaries and, trying to get votes. That stuff on with, they got those positions. The only thing they going through is yay and nays. Do we all agree on this? Yay. Do we all nope, nay. That's what they going through. That's what they go through. They're over the point of, hey, we're a Republican Party, I'm going to do this. Hey, I'm with the Democrat, I'm going to do this. That stuff over with. They're at the position of a governor and handling that position that they applied for. Okay? Now, y'all know when you're in high school, it still don't tell you everything. But you learn that stuff. Because when you get older, and even in junior high school, you learn the preamble. Now, the Pledge of Allegiance has been over with. Okay, now you get that at the games and elementary school, and then, some schools, at the beginning of the day, like when I was in school, it'll be on the intercom. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. It's on the intercom. Faithfully, all schools. Elementary, middle school and junior high, it's the same thing in high school. When the teacher say calm down, they take roll, and they come on the mic. The teachers have 5 minutes to get their roll call, get their class down, and the pledge of allegiance come over the intercom. By the time you get to social studies, again, in junior high school, 8th or 9th grade, you take a test. They tell you about the preamble, the 3 forms of government. They tell you about all that stuff, executive, legislative, and all that. They teach you all that. You take a test on that. Yeah. You be like, dog, I'm taking the test to stay in the country. Because that's the same thing immigrants take if they want to gain privileges to live in the United States. Yeah. I had to take it too. Yeah, because I was actually born in Jamaica. Came to the United States. And I'm a queen of another country. I belong to 3 places because of birth, where I am, and I own a country. I own a country. There is no way I can be knocked out of the spot. Nothing. I built that country up. It was just sand and water there. There was no war, no famine. Nothing was there. Nothing. I selected people from different countries. That's why people know who I am too. I contacted Canada, Russia. As you know, Dubai sits in Asia. I'm contacting everybody, Africa, everybody, and in turn I help them build too. In turn, with me being the way I am, I found out a lot of unjust things. But that's a different subject because it's heartfelt. And I don't care how evil a person is, and they tell them how they hate kids and hate people and just be doing so much wrong. Some of them don't woke up to them. Because they have to remember the reason why they probably was so hateful and hated everybody. I went through a lot of stuff growing up. My life was not, you know. They gonna tell me my live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Can't nobody see me, no way. How you gonna restrict something that people can't see? So do I need to show my face? Yeah. Come on, I'm trying to select this. There you go. So anyway, but like I said, people, there's no way that one entity could shut down anything. People, let's get your food stamps back. Let's get everything back that you need. You need your WIC. We have working people that still get these things. Like me. Because I'm going through it too with my employees, and stuff got to be counted for. I haven't taken, oh my God, I'm not even going too much of that, but we got a lot of people with their jobs at stake. Because I did not sign anybody in a position in human resources to be over payroll and all that. Yeah, they messed up big time. But like I said, people, let's not lose them WIC for them babies and for them sick people. You know, I understand to be sick. I have to eat all the time. When I'm woke, I be having to eat. I gotta have a lot of protein and all this stuff. But I have to hold back sometimes too. You know, gotta get my vitamins in and everything to maintain. I got cancer, I got allergies. I mean, I'm just going through it. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. But people, you know, somebody reported my page because I'm telling the truth. I said, Lord, look at them. They ain't no good. They ain't no good. They ain't no good. These people are no good. May you be stricken by the very things that you deny in your life. That's the truth. For real. Why would you want to report my page for telling the truth? But people, you already know. Like I just told you all. Start fussing about what you know is right. And then people up here making jokes about people getting food stamps. Everybody's life ain't the same. And I'm more successful than them. I'm like, they got their nerve. How dare y'all? I'm sitting up here have to use food stamps to EBT myself. And I done created social media. You know how I feel? I done created the platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Playseed, MySpace, Facebook, you know, Twitter, all this stuff. Just some of the small things that just coming through. All the businesses and companies that I own, banks I own. You know? All the hotels, motels, all the things I done did for society. I'm a world-renowned doctor. I'm a great attorney. I was a great judge. And I always done did my job successfully. I'm working for the FBI and U.S. Marshal. I used to work for the Social Security Office. I was in the U.S. Navy. You know, I was one of the people in the military that could actively carry a firearm. Everybody in the military can't carry no firearm. I was one of many on the ship with a gun. See what I'm saying? Let me see what this restriction say. Okay. It's telling me that my live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted as search results for the next 10 minutes. Oh, can't nobody search it or anything. So if you're on here, you're on here. Then it says my appeal is in progress. Did you know it says more than that? And it says we have detected and enforced this contest in violation using automated measures. Oh, so somebody did report my page and they trying to see what's going on with it. So they giving themselves less than 10 minutes and less to go through it to see why this person reported my page. You know? It says go. Now it's telling me go live for one more day this week and go live for 9 minutes or more. Yeah, that's scale live rewards. Then it said, how about inviting viewers to join as guests? I don't like inviting sometimes people for guests because they don't do right. They be trying to change the subject and all types of stuff. And playing games, I'm just really not on here trying to get any points or anything. I'm just being informational and informative. You know? That's it. Okay, I'm just seeing what that was. But anyway, people, quit selling and start knowing. And think about the things that you were taught. Basic knowledge is right there for you. Everything is not completely explained. But here in America, like I told you all, elementary school, what you did first. We the people. Junior high school, you gotta take the tests and everything. You know, you gotta learn the 10 Commandments and all this stuff. The knowledge was there for the taking. Did you endure it? Contact these news people. Contact DLJ and ask them what they know. And contact the FBI. Let them know that you are concerned. You know? Because see, my money been at a set still. Because people that's employed by me, they're in trouble. They did not follow proper protocol of searching for me. Some of them. Some people did right. But we talking about my finances. But all these people I did not hire to work for me, let alone to sing my songs. I own airlines. I own an airline in my country where I reign. And I own Southwest and Delta. I had owned TWA, but they paperwork was such a shams. That was one of my worst investments. I had to let TWA just crash itself. I lost out on that deal. Nothing was right. They even had pimp paperwork and stuff was all wrong, and I had to check it on me and these other attorneys, and I'm finding all extra stuff. Now they showing me all this, but I researched it too. I'm contacting the courthouse to see if they got any loans and all this stuff. You know, I got some of my money back from them, but I still took a loss because I didn't get it all back. Some of my companies I built up myself from the ground up. Yes, I own the Emirates Airport, and I also own St. Louis Lambert International Airport. I also created laser eye surgery. I also created proton therapy. I created certain medications. I improved certain things at the hospital for us being sanitary and stuff. Just a whole lot. I am known to be a great ruler, not a tyrant. All right. Bye.